you live from beneath the Hunter's Moon, east of Springfield. Welcome to the Dr. Kitsune Odd Bob Uncanny Coffee Hour,
where we're always respectful with a touch of impish irreverence. We tell stories with wit and wisdom, encouraging a strong look at indigenous perspectives.
A warm welcome to you all. It's myself, Saoirse, and if you're thinking my voice has a different ring to it since we last met, well, don't be bothering yourself with it. It's the nature of the puka to have a whole host of forms and sounds for spinning a yarn. It's grand to have you back with us for the Uncanny Coffee 28 or so minutes, eh? Don't you be shaking your head at me. Yeah, go on. It's not an hour. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Brought to you this week by Dr. Kitsune's Umami Mayhem. 1,000,001 uses. Guaranteed to make your next meal pop with umami. Have you ever had a gamey gyokuto? How about a tangy taco nyobo? A bland bakeneko? Never worry, a dash of Dr. Kitsune's Umami Mayhem is sure to please even the most discriminating of palates. Just a dash will improve the flavor of any meal. Just a splash has also been rumored to remove wrinkles and tighten skin when applied topically.
Tauten and cleanses the complete face.
Warning, not recommended for nursing mothers or children under the age of 18, and not related to Dr. Kitsune's 5 remarkable Asian sauce recipes.
I had a funny looking baby.
Get some.
You're funny looking.
See that? Yeah, there we go. Now we got stuff coming through.
Jesus, what are we... All right, we are talking about non-local consciousness and remote viewing this episode. That is, the ability to suss out information about a distant or unseen subject using only the mind. You see, consciousness is not confined to the physical brain. It is a something that extends beyond the limitations of space and time, and the mushy grey matter just acts as a receiver. Out-of-body experiences, near-death experiences, other woo-woo phenomena, along with things recognized by the big brain community like entanglement, all support for the idea of a universal interconnected consciousness. Remote viewers tap into this to try to describe targets like people, places, or events, with information received as fragmented images, feelings, or abstract symbols. So basically like how I feel after St. Patrick's in Dublin.
This is my relax mode with the microphone.
This is not so bad.
Are we recording?
Yeah, it's recording right now.
All right, cool.
Like, I kind of like this.
So, remote viewing, when I was a district ranger down in the Shasta Trinity National Forest.
Maybe turn off the background AC noise.
How hot are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm hot, baby.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was
You're
a
heating up the
district ranger down in the Shasta T.
Yeah.
And it was a South Fork management unit. I'm just sitting in the ranger house one night, and I'm living down there.
Right.
I just come home on weekends and stuff. And this,
there's one house for all the rangers?
no,
Okay.
there's this old house.
Yeah.
It's actually a historic landmark, built by
And you call it the ranger house?
it was called the Ranger House because it used to be the ranger station
Gotcha.
in
Okay.
Platina, California.
Yeah.
And it used to be the Platina District, but then they combined districts and called it the South Fork Management Unit. So it was Platina and Hayfork.
Okay.
Where is Platina for those of us that don't know?
So Platina is in right above the Yoli-Boli Mountains and the Yoli-Boli Wilderness.
Uh-huh.
And
Starting like Sacramento or San Francisco.
picture Redding, California.
Okay.
And as you're driving kind of northwest of Redding, there's a sign, those curvy road signs with the curvy arrow on it.
Yeah.
It says like the curvy arrow and it says next 192 miles. I swear to God,
That's where the Sasquatch cross.
there's only one straight stretch on that entire road.
Yeah.
It's like 300 yards long, and people would always say, I'll meet you at the straight stretch. And my first time going up the road, I see these Forest Service people pulled over, and they're vomiting.
Uh-huh.
And I pulled over and said, hey, you guys okay? And they're like, go, keep going. I said, well, I'm the new ranger. And they're like, go, we don't want to meet you. And Yeah, the dogs would always get sick when I'd take them up there, and it was 20-mile-an-hour curves, 10-mile-an-hour curves, and but anyway, you could get up there, and then there's another way down called the ditch grade that was equally as curvy, if not more. But so I'm sitting in the ranger house one night about dusk, and there's a knock on my door. Mm-hmm. Well, that's very strange, unless it's a firefighter, because we're on the compound. And I go to the door, and there's this man and this woman standing there, and they're in their 50s. And they said,
We're just looking for the district ranger.
I said, well, that's me. And then we start talking. I don't even remember what we're talking about. And they said,
Are you native?
yeah. And they said,
We study with this guy. He's not native, but he was trained by native people.
I said, Tom Brown?
Yes, Tom Brown.
Some people like him, other people don't. There's good and bad about him.
Right.
He's basically a survivalist.
Yeah, he's like Bear Grylls before Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I think he used to train special forces and rangers back during the Vietnam era. And he also has written several books, kind of unusual books.
Have you ever gone to any of his courses?
No, I don't have that kind of money. He charges money for it. And I actually think he was part of the Men Who Stare at Goats also.
Like he was one of the
people trainers,
he was a trainer
for the One Earth Army.
Okay.
And then
so he trained George Clooney to try to kill a goat.
Well, something like that.
Yeah.
But I think is the remote viewing part. And they also made kind of a movie about him. They based the movie The Hunted on with Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
That's what they based it on. But anyway, and so we start talking about Tom Brown. And they said,
We're just getting back from a workshop we did with Tom Brown on remote viewing.
And, I'm kind of, I believe people, but I also...
Right. A healthy dose of skepticism.
Yeah. Yes. I'm also very skeptical. And the guy has this shopping bag. Mm-hmm. And he said,
we brought this for you.
Okay. I invited them in the house.
Yeah.
So we're no longer on the porch talking. Right. Offer them something to drink, and we're drinking tea in the living room, and I open the bag, and it's
coyote tobacco.
I said, well, thank you. I said, and you brought this for me? And they said,
yeah. You see, part of the remote viewing class.
Yes, the first step. It was to picture this canyon, a real canyon on the other side of the hill. And Tom, well, he wanted us to project ourselves to it and describe what we saw there.
Yes, that's right. And all I could see was a Coca-Cola advertising. And it was strangely showing only when a blinking orange light illuminated it. That's what I found odd, Coke is not an orange brand. It is red. I have to tell you, it was weird.
And I saw a canyon with a red layer running through it. Not uncommon for California, but distinctly a red layer. Also, I pictured the body of a green car, a wrecked green car.
Other people reported what they saw. Then they had us drive to this canyon, actually get in our cars and go there. You know what we saw?
A canyon, with a red strata line through the canyon wall. We had never been there before.
Up by the road was one of those orange and white striped road barriers. Mitch, there was an orange flashing light on it, and below the barrier there was a crushed Coca-Cola can. That's not all. Below that, there was a wrecked car.
A green wrecked car that the barrier was warning about. That is what we saw.
and I'm still skeptical. I'm like, yeah, that.
Right, like maybe they were fed information before. And, yeah.
Or whatnot. And then they said, he told them to just relax and meditate.
We relaxed. We meditated. That was when I saw him.
Yes, we saw two things.
Yes, I saw him. Smokey. Smokey the bear. Also, I saw a long-haired man. I couldn't make out his face.
I knew we wanted to speak with him.
We had to find him and speak with him. We told Tom about our vision. He said, well, then we needed to find this man and talk to him. We drove around, and we stopped at the first ranger station we saw. Mitch, your ranger station. When we saw you there, outside, we knew it was you we had to talk to.
I'm like, all right. Now I'm waiting for the con, because
Right.
I used to be a con artist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard.
kind of a carny, and I'm waiting for the con. I'm waiting for them. They've given me this gift of tobacco. They've somehow researched me, and they said, "Well,
You ever seen a grown man naked?
yeah." So I'm kind of thinking maybe they're swingers or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but no, they give me this thumb drive, and they said, "This is
Oh no.
this," and I didn't put it in my computer right away.
Yeah.
I didn't put it in my government computer, and they said,
This is just some recordings of Tom. We wanted you to have them.
and we just talked about remote viewing, and they said,
You need to have more faith in yourself.
This is the message we need to bring to you. Have more faith in yourself.
Yes, and in what you can see. You are special.
like, all right. And then they got in their car and they drove away. I've never seen him or heard from him again.
Was it like a dark sedan with no plates?
No, I don't remember what the car was actually, but and they were just kind of I would say not really a hippie couple, but
Okay.
just unusual for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody dressed in black suits and
Yeah. Right.
they were dressed like Oregon hikers,
Yeah.
Patagonia type
Sure.
stuff, Columbia wear. And
Yep.
yeah, just kind of, in fact,
I've got 10 ways to make a fire, and
and thinking back, I think they were driving like a Subaru,
right. Yeah.
Outback or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my experience with remote viewing. And I've tried it many times. I've tried to do remote
And?
viewing.
You think it's successful, or have you validated it?
No, I'm not successful.
Okay.
I'm nothing special.
Okay.
And,
So you just know for a fact you're not successful.
well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm
Okay.
not successful. I've also tried, using the force, and I've tried to,
Sure.
transform into other animals, and,
Who hasn't?
and
Come on.
other than growing a few tails now and then.
Yep. I tried it one time. I was laying in bed and I just wanted to know what it was like in the middle of the ocean. And I had a glimpse of like a humpback whale, and right in the layer where light is not penetrating anymore. So mostly what I saw was dark and a lot of nothing, just a lot of like ocean, nothing in it. But there just happened to be this whale kind of there. And then I was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. But I'm like 98% sure my imagination made it, and that it wasn't something real that I like saw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it still doesn't make it not cool. It was still kind of cool.
Well, I've transformed into a human once,
I
and
hate having to do that.
and I just can't seem to get out of this body ever since then.
Humans are hard and kind of gross.
Yeah.
They don't even have enough fur to do anything.
Nah.
It's ridiculous. And these little tiny things to sit on.
I've tried to remote view as a different animal, even tried to project myself.
Master style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of things, but I think I just have a very good imagination.
Who knows, though, right? Like maybe really you're Beastmaster and I can see into the ocean where there's nothing going on.
Well, I've perched as a raven outside other people's windows and looked in on them, and That was a little embarrassing because, trust me, no one wants to see that. You ever hear of the book Spoonbenders?
No, but I know what spoon bending is. If
So
that helps.
No, the novel Spoonbenders. I forget who wrote it. Let me look that up. Possibly one of the best novels I have read. Daryl Gregory wrote this novel called Spoonbenders, and it's one of the best novels I've read. It's basically about a woman who was psychic. She was the real deal, remote viewer, and her husband, who was kind of like me, kind of a con. And they have children, and the children all have different abilities. But the husband, he's a magician. He's a con artist and a magician, and it's just a really good book about the kids using their abilities to do certain things, and it's called Spoonbenders. One of my professors, Dr. Hyman at U of O, I don't know if you remember him.
I don't think so.
He was a psychology professor. He was a amateur magician.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
Anyway, he was my favorite professor, and he had paid his way through college being a mentalist, a card reader,
right?
A tarot card reader and a palm reader, and he kind of taught me how to read palms and how to read the tarot cards and whatnot. And he always warned me that I would get so good at it that I would start to believe my own bullshit.
And did you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
don't all people that do that stuff, don't they all have to? I mean, it's a lot easier if you believe in it,
yeah,
right?
it is.
And that doesn't necessarily make it. So my question then is that with things in our universe that we don't understand, things like spooky attraction that physics sees, like what's to say that just feeling like it's real or making it real for yourself and other people doesn't, it makes it real to you.
Well, yeah.
Well,
last night my brother Charlie and I were talking about it, and I believe that there are people that actually have the ability.
Yeah.
I'm just not one of them. I read people, and I can con people. I can draw things out of them based on what I see in their body language and their micro expressions and whatnot. I don't know. But anyway, this professor, he's the one that debunked Uri Geller, the spoonbender.
right.
And he taught me how to bend keys and how to do the spoon bending trick. And
Isn't it just physics?
it is leverage.
Heat and leverage?
It's all leverage.
Oh, okay.
And I can show you the trick later. I won't spoil it online because I still use the trick.
Right.
I do key bending, just as an up close magic trick, and it's an impressive one.
Mm-hmm.
And people, I will get keys from like Jerry's or Home Depot from the key cutting kiosk.
Yeah.
I'll ask them for a
Generic
handful
ones.
of keys, and
Yeah.
then I'll hand the keys out to people, and I'll get them to give me back the keys, and I'll say something like, I'll have them write their initials on a key and try to bend it by their hand by themselves, and I will then I'll do the magic trick,
Right.
and then I'll show them the key bend in front of their very eyes, and it's one of those tricks I can do multiple times in front of people, and they'll be like, "It's amazing."
That's amazing. How do you do it? Swoon.
I'll say it's pure
Magic.
mental energy.
Yeah.
It's the connection between us that makes it happen.
Yeah.
I think I just ovulated.
You wish you were David Copperfield.
Didn't see me slip it down the front of my pants. Got to get a big fulcrum there.
What's that, Saoirse?
I said, you wish you were David Copperfield, fox boy.
You've always got to say something, don't you?
Yeah, when you try to tell a magical creature you're magic. I do.
I am magic. Magic Mitch.
Magic Mike's blown out cousin.
Okay, so here's a couple of famous stories about remote viewing.
Okay.
Ingo Swann and the Rings of Jupiter. Ingo Swann was a prominent figure in the early days of remote viewing, often credited with coining the term remote viewing. One of the most cited stories involves his attempt to remotely view the planet Jupiter. In 1973, before Pioneer 10 reached the planet, Swann claimed to have seen rings around Jupiter. At the time, conventional astronomy did not believe that Jupiter had rings, and it had not been confirmed. However, when Pioneer 10 flew by the planet in 1974, it confirmed the existence of rings. What do you think of that?
Well, does every planet have rings?
You know, I think a lot of them do, actually.
Just a passing thought.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that one. There's another one. Joseph McMonigal, a retired U.S. Army chief warrant officer, was one of the first and most celebrated remote viewers in Project Stargate. He was known as remote viewer number 1. Have you heard about this before?
Yes.
Yeah. One of his alleged successes involved locating a lost Soviet submarine. According to him, he was able to provide accurate details about the submarine's location and its internal structure, information that was reportedly used by the U.S. Navy. He also claimed to have remotely viewed a number of high-profile targets, including a Chinese nuclear weapons facility. What do you think of that?
So, I believe that. And that's documented.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my brother had his bike stolen on three separate occasions. And my dad could be very harsh about stupidity. Stupidity was not tolerated in our household. My brother didn't lock his bike, which is stupid.
That's objectively stupid. Yeah.
So on all three of those occasions, I concentrated. I didn't want my brother to get in trouble. One time my dad actually kicked my brother in the ass for being stupid as my brother was walking away.
Sure, yeah.
And
this is like 1970.
Yes,
something.
80s, early 80s.
Early 80s.
1980, like 1980. Yeah. And, I was in emotional turmoil.
Yeah.
But I went out walking, and on all three occasions, I found the bicycle.
Uh-huh.
Walking around town, I found the bicycle. And one of the times I actually found the person who stole the bicycle. And
big town, small town?
At that time, there was about 80, 90,000 people in town.
So it's statistically significant that you found it.
And, there have been other times when I have found things.
Yeah.
Like when I was in the Army, one of my buddies lost a T&E device, a traversing and elevation device for an M60 machine gun.
Okay.
And it's a sensitive item. And so we were in, I don't remember if it was Panama or Puerto Rico, one of the places. I think it was Panama. Anyway, not important. It's the jungle. So we take the whole platoon out and another platoon.
He lost it in the jungle.
And we're walking along trying to find this thing. And some of these places are, knee deep in water and muck.
Right. Is there a point where you just give up on it? Because if you can't find it, the enemy's not going to find it.
The point is they're going to punish us for him losing it. Right. And then we're going to jump his shit about it. Right. And he will never lose anything again.
Everybody's going to have to run 10 miles, not just that guy.
Yeah. So we go back through the jungle, and we're about a mile from the encampment where we were. And something about this clump of sawgrass that I saw, just something about it. And it wasn't within my part of the grid. It was someone else's part of the grid. I walked directly to this sawgrass, and I take a knee and put my hand down in the water.
Yeah.
And my hand goes directly to the T&E, and I pick it up and said, I found it. Hold it above my head. And everybody looked at me like I'm a freak, or like I'm the one that stole it.
Or like you planted it.
Or like I planted it there, yeah. And, my close friends, Whitla and Purdue and Kanya and all those others, they were like, whoa, he's got something. He sees things. He can do things. And, but I have found a lot of lost things that way. I just walk to where it is and I put my hand down and there it is. I know in my tribe there's people that have that ability. They're special people. But I don't think I'm a special person. I'm just a normal guy,
Maybe you are, though.
that has 9 tails occasionally.
Look how comfortable this is.
This is
This
very
is nice.
comfortable.
Yeah, this is great. I like this. I bet the beer's helping some, too.
That beer is helping.
Isn't it awesome?
It is.
I love that.
It's unusual.
Yeah, but it has a tiny bit of a bite. That
Yeah,
like,
it
you
doesn't
might
really
from,
taste like
whiskey
beer
or
to me.
something.
It tastes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I wasn't joking when I said I'd literally drive to
a
Calapooya
chili
to get
soda
it. Yeah,
with alcohol in it.
I literally go to Calapooya to get it. I can't always get up there, and so I just look for it everywhere I am around here, and I was so happy. The guy had 4 in his cooler, and I bought 3 of the 4.
What is the company?
Calapooya Brewing.
Calapooya Brewing.
Yeah, it's not that far,
Okay.
really.
Hey, so by the way, what are you drinking today?
I am drinking. I'm drinking a Coca-Cola, but it has the Emperor from Star Wars on it for some reason.
The Emperor.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a I don't know, subtle
Palpatine?
subtle dig to get people to do it. To just do it. Drink the Coca-Cola. Do it.
And what am I drinking?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Calapooya Brewing Company
Chili beer.
Ooh.
It is in a 16 fluid ounce can, says 1 pint, and it is quite tasty.
Yeah.
It tastes like a jalapeno soda, Japalino soda, but it's got alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And by the way, I am allowed to have one alcoholic drink
Not real strong.
every once in a while.
beer taste, huh?
Not a super strong beer taste.
Yeah.
And I'm chasing it with pure cold pressed and ground cocoa, unsweetened, which is supposed to clear the plaque out of my arteries.
Yeah. Nice.
And
Interesting.
between the chili and the chocolate,
Were there multiple options, or was it just like cocoa was absolutely what was recommended?
no, I was, I think because I was looking at heart attack stuff online.
Yeah.
Facebook picked up, it scraped my data and picked up my
I'm
algorithm.
Sure. Yeah. You
I
got advertised too for it.
Yeah, I got an advertisement for
Yeah, targeted.
for cocoa,
Yeah.
for raw cocoa,
Yeah.
and it said that cocoa has all these things and it cleans out your arteries.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to buy from the ad on Facebook because it just
Right.
pisses me off.
Yeah.
So I went on Google
Yeah.
and I Googled cocoa and benefits of cocoa and Mayo
Yeah.
Clinic studies and started reading.
Unless that's what they wanted you to do.
Well, they could have wanted me to do it. It doesn't. It's Cocoa Cartel.
Yeah.
And it says, yes, studies have shown that raw cocoa with all these antioxidants will break down plaque in your system, that if you drink a cup of it
Nice.
a day for like 30 days,
Yeah.
it'll remove almost all the plaque in your arteries.
Wow.
And then afterwards, if you maintain it, like drinking one every couple of days,
Yeah.
it keeps your arteries nice and clean.
Where do you get it?
I just looked on Amazon, looked up the one with the highest antioxidant level, the most organic,
Yeah.
fair trade stuff. And
Right.
and I know I probably shouldn't have ordered it from Amazon. I should have then looked up the company, but I'm kind of
That's
lazy and I'm
extra
already
step.
paying for Prime. So
Yep. If you're paying for Prime, it doesn't make sense.
yeah.
So, Mitch is drinking a chili beer. You are having a Coke. And not that either of you asked, but I am actually having a shamrock shake today. I don't want to hear it, so just shut up and crack on with the episode.
So we're watching this program, and it is like I want to say it was like a Norwegian or Sweden or something. When we eventually get our like millions of listeners, somebody's going to be mad that I got it wrong. But it was this like murder mystery thing, and it was pretty good. It was
Get
like
the soupsfaden, pick up the blood.
yeah, it was like a short series, but it was like really good. And one of the premises in there was that the swingers all had these wind chimes on their house, right? And the wind chimes were how you could tell if they were swingers or not. So we've been watching this show, and then we had to go over to my mom and dad's house for something, and we drive up, and mom is hanging up another wind chime, but she's got like her whole porch like lined with them. There's like 6 of them.
Oh my God.
And Lisa's just like, and like, you know.
Well, so I didn't know this. There's on military bases, there's AFES soap, not dishwasher, laundry soap. Comes in an orange box.
Okay.
And
like what you get at the laundromat.
what you get at the laundromat comes in orange and yellow, kind of orange and yellow box, gradient box. And it's just AFES brand.
Okay.
And when the husband is gone, the wives would put the AFES brand soap in their window of the laundry room. And that was a signal to Jody. Jody's what you call the guy that comes and services women when men are out on deployment. Jody would come along and see the AFES soap in the window, and that would mean he was clear to come in the house. And
I feel like the Jody's position would like turn over a lot.
There's a lot of Jodys.
Well, I'm thinking because you come home and kill him, and then there's the
Oh,
next
no.
one.
No, I mean, no. Jody didn't get caught.
Okay.
Not that often, at least. Anyways, I never knew this as a young private.
Right.
And I was actually district ranger, and this military female told me about the AFES soap. That was like the common signal to
Wink,
guys
wink.
guys that weren't on deployment.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I never looked on the ranger compound to see if she was putting soap up in her laundry room window.
Right.
But
Right. Or the Sasquatch guy that you used to work with.
Sasquatch.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. I've got something. I can see one of our listeners is wearing black. I see you. You know I'm talking to you right now. You have brown eyes. I see dark hair. And there's darkness around you. But don't worry. Light will come into your life. The sun will rise again. Thank you, Saoirse.
That's good. I like that.
Was that good?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It's good. That's why I was trying to be really quiet. I was like, I could just let this go.
Besides that nice little roadshow you have there, Kitsune, do either of you have a better story of your own? First-hand, real, non-local consciousness?
So, my buddy Boog, this is a true story.
Yeah.
We were having a long weekend. I think it might have been Memorial Day, but I don't remember. And it's like a Saturday night or something, and I have this weird dream about him. And in the dream, I'm walking in the desert, and I see this street light, like sodium vapor light.
Yeah.
And underneath the street light, in the desert, nothing around, is a desk, like an old military desk. There's Boog sitting there with his feet kicked up on the desk in a kind of old broke down military chair. And I said, "Hey man, what's up?" And he said, "Just can't sleep. I'm having a rough time. I needed to talk to someone." I said, "Yeah? What's going on?" He said, just dealing with, I lost a bunch of people in the war, and I'm having trouble dealing with it." And I said, "Oh, what do you want to do?" And he said, "Well, I thought I'd teach you one of our dances." He's a native guy,
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "It's kind of a comic dance. It's called the beaver dance." I said, "All right." So he teaches me, and we're out there dancing, doing this funny dance.
Right.
And, I hear this kind of panting and clicking of toenails, and along comes this coyote. And coyote kind of nuzzles me and rolls over on her back, and I'm scratching her belly, and I see this flea jump from her belly onto my arm. And I look at this flea, and the flea bites me, and I feel it. It's so real. I feel it that I wake up, and as I'm waking up, Boog says, "No!" But I woke up, and I actually looked at my arm to see if I'd gotten bitten by anything, and nothing. But I thought that was a weird dream.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
weird dream. So I got up, took a piss, and went back to bed. And Sunday went along. Monday went along. Monday was a holiday, long weekend.
Yep.
And Tuesday, I walk into the office, and there's Boog sitting on the couch. And he looks really tired, and he says to me, "Look, if I'm ever in your dream, don't wake up like that." I looked at him, I said, "What did you just say?" He said, "If I'm ever in your dream talking to you, don't wake up like that." I said, "You're full of shit." That's something that a con could say, because everybody's going to dream. And
right.
And
people don't remember their dreams.
And he said, "I understand the flea bit you and you could feel it. But you remember Coyote. You remember dancing with me." And I said, "Fuck you, man. You're full of shit." And he said, "Do you want me to do the beaver dance for you right now? I could show you again." And I said, "Yeah." And he stood up and he did the dance, and I knew it.
Uh-huh.
I already knew it.
Right.
And I said, "The telephone works just as well." He laughed and he said, "Yeah, I wanted to see if I could still do it, though."
Yeah.
I said, "How did you do that?" And he said, "My mom taught me when I was a kid, and I wanted to see if I could still do it."
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that was one of the stranger things that's ever happened. And he and I are like brothers. And
I believe in that. Absolutely. And there's so many stories. A lot of times it's, you might get a message from a loved one that they were in a car accident or something in your sleep, or just, spontaneously or whatever.
And I've tried to do it. I've tried to reach out when I'm in that kind of liminal space that's between wake and sleep.
Yeah.
I try to, do some lucid dreaming and try to reach out to certain people and have a conversation with them. And no one's ever said, "Hey, Mitch, you came and visited me last night," or,
right.
"Damn it, put some clothes on, Mitch."
They might just not want to say anything. I agree.
And
so,
try to
as
cut
the
down
mortals
my
continue to unravel the
Amazon
great mysteries
shopping,
of,
but
whatever it
sometimes
is they're on about
inconveniences,
now,
especially since
our
we live
time
so
here at the
rural.
Uncanny Coffee Hour
No, it
comes
makes
to a
sense.
close.
And
I will never judge
A
something.
heartfelt
Well,
thank
what
you
they
to
need
all
to
of
I'm
you
also
for
a little
lending
bit,
us your ears. If you enjoyed the descent into madness, please consider leaving a rating or review wherever you listen. It helps other strange souls find us.
No, it's
While I
it's
attempt to
more
wrangle
like-
these two back into
Yeah, I
this
don't
plane
like-
of
I don't like
reality,
crowds either,
we
but
bid you
does it
farewell.
depend on the people
Until
too?
next time, stay
Like
curious,
typical
stay
urban people
caffeinated,
versus,
and keep your coffee or other drink
somebody
as well
out
as your
country,
mind
like a country,
uncanny.
what do you call it? I keep wanting to say line dance, but I'm thinking like a.
Stay strange, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Join us next time for more uncanny chats and coffee and tea. You can find out more about us, read show notes, and get your uncanny merch at www.uncannycoffeepodcast.com. Until next time, remember,
Never whistle at night.
Keep those salt trucks loaded for ice.
And above all else, remember,
We are not all monsters.
Thanks to all of our listeners out there.
Uncanny Coffee Hour is produced by
Bob Masson,
and Mitch Kyoto Kitsune.
executive producer Gracie the Wonder Dog.
Uncanny Coffee Hour is copyright protected by all laws, foreign, domestic, and ubernatural by the Unseelie Court.
You know, people can say what they want about us, but they can't say that we don't value the truth or integrity, right?
Always respect the local ways.